Hello everyone. In this video, I will be sharing three documents to you. By using these three documents, we are supposed to update the draft document that is already done in the last week. So this is simple work where we need to use Excel sheet to understand some sort of network related elements. Then we will be using image that is attached along with your email to understand what is your IP address. So the thing is like, see, we are having a network design like this, and for each department, each network, a small network is belonging to a separate department. Say, for example, this network, whatever the network this is there, this is for nursing, and this is for IT, and this is for management in this image. So, similarly, like for every network design that is given to you, everybody will be having a different type of network. So, to understand what is the IP address that is allocated to you, you are supposed to cross check the image that is given to you. Okay, so make sure you cross check your images to understand what kind of IP addresses that are allocated to each department. Okay, so next thing is for each department we are supposed to design virtual local area networks. So virtual local area networks, it is highly impossible to include everything in one single design. So image can be same, like you are not going to create change make any changes to the image, but in documentation part defining you will be defining VLAN related details. So like this, in each document you will be given below network diagram. You are given separate sections. Make sure you make them like each heading should be H1 type, and for under each heading you are supposed to discuss about different elements that are mentioned here. So first thing is understanding the IP addresses that are allocated to your network. So open your network image and cross check. There are different. Totally, you will get seven different departments: engineering department, nursing department, IT department, and finance department. In addition to that, staff and management departments will be there. In addition to that, you will be having a operation center department. Total seven different departments. And if you cross check here, for each department, separate IP addresses were allocated, and each IP address can hold 254 devices. It means that for this network, you can add 1, 2, 3, 4 like this 254 different systems can be attached. And if you create for this IP address, if you create one VLAN, it can collect at least another 254 devices. So usually VLANs mostly handle only 30 devices. So whatever the number of VLANs that are included in your Excel sheet, that can handle only 30 devices. So but in the Excel sheet we mentioned like 254 devices that has to be created. So let me start with the theory part. So this is all about basic introduction related to what update we are going to create. We are going to update network related information in our document, IP addresses related thing. Then we will be updating virtual LAN related information. Then we speak about what kind of routers and switches we are using. So from this link, you can find different routers and different switches. These two links clearly provide that. And you will be selecting three or four type of routers, three or four type of switches, or at least two type of switches. I recommend you to take just two different type of switches and write about those switch, what kind of switch it is, what kind of how many connections it can handle, what kind of configurations we can make. So when you click on the link, you will find it. I will show you again. Then routers related information. Next section is about network cable. So we need to establish connection between different devices that are established, like included in the network, right? So for that connection, what kind of cables we can use, that is mentioned here. Then after understanding all these elements, based on the number of devices that are connected, we will be preparing the cost. So to write this information, we need support from these links. And in addition to that, you are supposed to cross check your image and Excel sheet that is provided. So let us discuss about what we can discuss about IP address. So discuss about different departments and what IP addresses allocated to them. Okay, so how we can write it? Open the image that is attached to you. Just cross check nursing. For nursing, what is the IP address that is allocated? 6 to 63.24.42.1 to 63.24.42.254. So you mentioned, in addition to that, before writing an addition information, you should understand that for all the networks of slash 24 or whatever the network we selected, the subnet mask will be this, and the broadcast IP will be. So it's not required to mention. Okay, see, what I want to do is just mention the IP addresses. That's enough. Don't make it complex. I don't want to make it complicated. Okay, so mention each department and what are your selected IP addresses. That's enough. So you can clearly find in the image, you can clearly find what IP address is given to you. So just find IP address and department and relevant networks. We can discuss about that. Next, go to Excel sheet. So ignore this basic info about the network, then go to engineering VLAN. So in this, you are having, I have created four VLANs, but among these you can select any two VLANs, okay, two or three or four VLANs, it's up to you. So if you select, see, whenever you open this image, just simply see, for example, these all values are automated. So it automatically changes. So what I want you to do is you just, whenever this is done, you just copy this one. First, copy all respective VLANs into your document. Okay, later we are supposed to remove it, but what we do at initially is, so so for example, this is VLAN related. So just I will be copying and pasting it here. If you want to select just two VLANs, just select two VLANs. Okay, because if you don't do this, after writing some basic information, what happens is it automatically removes. Say for example, you did this. If you don't did this, you write about this one and you made some changes by mistake, it will automatically change. So before it get changed, I want you to select whatever the VLANs, whatever the information you want to select, just select it first. Okay, next, this is related to engineering. Open this one. Oh my god, I didn't updated this. Okay, I will do that. So this is control H. See, so what I wanted to do is just copy all the, like whatever, like make sure you just click A or B something, whatever the value it is. You will get some randomized values. Just copy this one and first copy and paste them all into your VLAN section. Next, go to next thing. Just copy it. Make sure it won't get changed. Okay. So if it get changed, you are supposed to copy all six VLANs again. So now it can't change it, right? I will have to select again all the VLANs. Okay. So make sure you are careful enough. You should be very careful about it. I have multiple documents open, so it's becoming an issue. So just copy it, paste it, then copy it, paste it, and then copy it, paste it. Copy it, paste it. Then last one should be copied and pasted. Okay, these are the VLANs that we have created. Okay, among these, for example, for engineering, you want to create only two VLANs. Just remove this. You have these two things. Now write about this VLAN. So how we write it? For the engineering department, we have selected to create two different virtual local area networks that can be described as follows. semicolon. It was assumed that each virtual LAN will be holding 254 IP addresses. The IP address starts from 198.168.51.1 to 198.168.51.254. Full stop. The subnet mask is 255.255. So like this, we will be providing basic explanation about each engineering department, and you can keep this table, otherwise just remove it. And by default it got underlined. So this is how we describe each engine department. So I will give a heading of this one, engineering department. Like this, in your own way, you are supposed to describe your virtual local area networks. So this is for VLAN 1. So VLAN 1. Next, you are supposed to give detail about VLAN 2. Okay. So you can give an additional department, like in engineering department, who will be there? Maybe engineering students will be studying in it. Each engineering student can hold one system at a time. So as these systems are very much dedicated to uh, ensure that all the students who are part of engineering department can access them, that information. So additional theory you can write. Okay. So what will be happening in the engineering department? How many students you are expected to include in that department, like that. Okay. So for all the four departments, first four departments, that is engineering, IT, nursing, and finance, similar kind of information will be there. You'll be discussing about the who are the actual users, and how many IP addresses are allocated. These details will be discussed. Okay. So make sure you properly discuss about different VLANs. So you mention two VLANs, then you discuss about um, different type of people that will be engaged with it. Otherwise, you can write like VLAN 1, what kind of people that will be accessing it, VLAN 2, what kind of people that will be accessing it. So you can say like VLAN is for theoretical classes, VLAN 2 can be for practical classes or for labs or for guests who are visiting the class. Like that, you can segregate that virtual LANs. Okay. So like this, similar kind of, see, if you say that VLAN 2 is for guests here, for next all other things also, similar kind of information you will be writing. Okay, so ensure that you do in the same way. So staff, you will be having several type of employees that will be joining us. So for all of them, when they are at a staff room, they are supposed to access a like network. So for each employee, we will be giving a separate network. According to my understanding, one VLAN is enough for staff and one VLAN is enough for management. And this VLAN will be, I suggest you to allocate it to people who are coming as guests, because it will be easy for that. And regular people who will be accessing the system, for them we are giving straight away IP addresses. So discuss about VLAN 1 and VLAN 2. For VLAN 1 for staff and management, and that will be allocated for guests and people who frequently visit university and give classes to the students, to let them access when they are at the staff room or when they are with the management. These IP addresses will be utilized. So similar kind of work you have to do. So if you don't understand, just cross check what explanation that is provided here. Okay, this is all about virtual local area networks. So next is go to Excel sheet and check cost planning element. So here you just prepare your information first here. Then after preparing costing, then discuss about routers, switches, network cables, described cost, and describe the cost. So this is costing table. You can separately write it. Say for example, uh, cost associated with cost of devices. Like this, you can separate it, cost of service. if you like the people who are working, otherwise human resource cost, you can say cost of routers and switches, routers, cost of switches. Like this, you can segregate all your network costs. So the way it is done here, it is for the devices, it is given cables, it is given switches, routers, and networking security and other costs. These are some of the costs that we can understand. So these are number of VLANs you have selected. In while writing the document, you might have selected certain number of VLANs, right? So you just mentioned for these three things, we have 111 VLANs, and here you can say what are your number of VLANs. You can select two or three, whatever it is. By automatically these values will be updated. So my suggestion is you take this as till this one you are supposed to select. So I'm highlighting this. You just select this table. Okay, next here this should be selected. Sorry, this part has to be selected, and this part has to be selected. This table you can include after writing your own numbers, and for other costs, this can be selected. So you can change these headings. So say for example, rather than other cast, you can include anything. For network implementation or network creation, some sort of writing you can write here. You can give your own names. So let us start with the network switches. So just check here. Go to this link. You can find different type of switches. You are having a LAN. You are having campus LAN switches. You are having blade switches, local LAN switches. When you click on it, it automatically takes you. So when you click on this, you will be finding again further details regarding the switch. Okay, you select any two to three types of switches among all these things. So these many switches are there. Randomly, you select any two or three switches. Okay, so and name them. So for example, you have selected this switch, maybe like Cisco Catalyst 9400 switches. So among them, there will be several switches. So I'm just taking. Um, See, this is Catalyst 904 series switches. Already it is there here. So you can copy it from here also. This is switches. Okay, I'm typing this here. So this is the name, quantity, maybe 10 switches. Unit cost, you take any value to $50 something. This makes is equal to this into. So this is already, I will make a formula of this one. So don't worry about it. I will make all the formulas. You just ensure that you create the table and write it. Okay. So this is how it will be. Like maybe if you take a router also, so this can be done from again from the link you can find the Cisco routers. There are several type of routers in that. If you say select a 5000 enterprise network compute system, okay, you can select any router. That's fine. It will be satisfying the purpose. Okay, don't worry about it. Just I mentioned it, and the quantity and number, it's up to you. Maybe I say two. This should be less than 10 numbers. Okay, this should be 10 or more. Okay, so unit cost, it can be randomly. I am selecting it. Okay, so we'll make sure that these are dollars. Okay, the cost should be always in dollars, so I'm making them dollars. Okay. So networking service cost. So like this, you will be including multiple types. Okay, you will select different names randomly, and you will be including them. Okay, cables. For cables also, shared you some link. Just control and click on it. Just control and click on it. You are having different type of names. Say 100 base T devices. Some there are several type of cables. You have cables like this. Just select any cable. These are the some sort of cable names. These all are cable names. Among them, you select any randomly and use it. Okay, so you can name any. Some my suggestion is you take initial things, so that will be helpful for you to easily handle it. Okay, you just need not to take a complete one. Just take some sample, half of part. So because somebody can take full, somebody can take half part, and quantity you can give some like maybe more. So you are supposed to give names like this. Somebody can give full name, somebody can give half of the name, and they can give quantity that should be more than 50. Maybe like randomly it can be between 50 above. So I can create random value between 50 and 100, maybe 200. Okay. So and value we can include. So you just give two to three type of cables. That's enough. Unit cost maybe $30. You give unit cost up to you. So you give some sort of value. That's fine. Okay. So make sure you give your own value. I'm giving 30 rupees here, but you give your own value. So by this, your costing is done. Now you are supposed to discuss about what are the cables that are used. Okay, so from the list you understand where the cables details are there. So discuss about what three types of what you mentioned these names and what are the cables and what kind of support they can provide that has to be discussed. And next to discuss about switches and routers. So different type of switches you mentioned and what are the specifications of those switches, what are the specifications. Let's speak about routers. What are the specifications of routers? Those details you are supposed to discuss. And finally, you take all these details like this. Maybe you can take it like this and just copy it here. Don't take these numbers. Okay. Don't take type of value, type of switch. Whatever the highlighted part is there, that part has to be taken and copied cost under each type of elements. Copy them and otherwise you can write also. You can write in letter form also. Say for example, if you want to write it, don't need to write, don't type it. You just copy this one. So and you can select like alt e. Yes, three should be separately typed and copy it like this. You can get your detail like this. So my suggestion is take tables. Okay, so take tables and write it and ensure that your tables are differently if your tables contain different elements. Okay, so that's all from this document. After writing these sections, save your draft document and send only your draft document. Need not to send Excel or image. Sorry, you are supposed to append all the three documents. You should send Excel, updated Excel sheet. You should send image, and you should send updated document. Okay, that's it from my side. Please complete this. Okay, all right.